I'm back. So, I've been super bored with life. It's like I'm in a time warp or something where everything, I don't want to say is boring, but everything just seems really slow right now. Like, I don't know how to explain that. Like, I'm supposed to be doing something else. I mean, I know I'm supposed to be doing something else, but now I can actually really feel it, like the reality of it. Like, I'll be sitting somewhere and my mind will go off into like this other dimension of feelings of me actually doing things literally. Like, I don't know how to explain that. So like, imagine like there were like multiple universes, and imagine you could feel those universes, like your other self. And whenever you're really, really, really happy and excited, experiencing like a really extremely strong emotional experience or whatever in one of your dimensions, if it's strong enough, you'll feel it in another dimension, and one of the other versions of you will feel like they're missing something. Or they'll just, I don't know. Yeah. So that's how I feel. I'm trying to timeline jump again. That's what you guys call it. So for me, it's a bit different, but you guys call it timeline jumping. I'm just trying to get back to where I need to go. But anyways, it's late. I don't know why I'm on here right now. I think I'm just coming on here more just so people can see who I am, get to know me. You know, just people like to get to know people through their videos, through social media, which I think is healthy actually, because it gives like people like me the authentic opportunity to be themselves, because I understand humans are ignorant when it comes to interpreting another person. Like, I don't I've been thinking about this a lot, but like they use the lifestyles that they create as roadmaps to try to understand everyone else. And if that person doesn't live that lifestyle they created, or if they meet someone that hasn't, then they're confused. But then the majority, in terms of the nature of people and who they are, they all act similar and the same. But it's not everybody. So like, I'm gonna talk about this for a second. Like, for example, I don't agree with lifestyles. I don't agree with identities. I do not agree with taking the nature of what it means to be human and turning it into a lifestyle. Um, Case in point. So we're going to talk about the gay community really quick, right? Or the people that refer to themselves as gay, or that have Minecraft. I don't care. Um, I don't agree with the lifestyles that were created by people based off of the true nature of who and what they are. Let me explain this. So if you do that, if you, let's say the true nature of and women, men and women, I'm gonna actually speak about women, because if I talk about men, the men will get scared and be like, oh my God, he's telling everyone about us, or he's telling everyone the truth. Whatever, I don't really care anymore. So you know how women, it has nothing to do with sexuality. There is no difference when it comes to a man and a woman and their desires for another human male. Let me start there, right? So it's not, oh, that's what women do and oh, that's what men do. No, take that out of your mind, and we're gonna start with men and women both having the same desires, both doing the same types of things, but having different ways and that they express those things, right? So now let's go back to what I was saying before about how I don't agree with these lifestyles. And it's because of that. So if the true nature of men and women is to be attracted to each other, you know, I want to vice, men to women and men to men, women to women, whatever. If the true nature of all humans is to be attracted to each other, and people are actually attracted to characteristics, not sexuality, and if people are attracted to characteristics and not sexuality, then it would get to the point one day where all the humans would literally be living lifestyles and will be living in confusion and not understanding that they're not actually attracted to the sex of the person, that they're attracted to the physical features of the person. Now, if you don't think that we live in this lifestyle, I would have to say that you're sadly mistaken. We do live in this world. We do I said lifestyle. We do live in this world. We do live in these lifestyles that we are confused about. I like to say that most humans today are living in states of insanity, right? States of insanity and states of confusion. Let's just use states of confusion for all the scared people out there, right? So, most humans today are living in states of confusion. And let me explain how this works. If you knew the true nature of humans and truly knew the true nature of humans, and you were able to sit back and evaluate multiple humans over a period of time, not just one, not just two, billions, right? Not in one area, but in different areas. And not just one topic, but the same topic. And then connect all of those dots in order to try to find a connection in terms of the true nature of who and what they are. And when I say true nature, you're evaluating and studying everything about them, even the things that they hide, specifically the things that they hide and don't talk about amongst each other. How do you get to the point where you're able to research that? That's a different story. However, it is possible to research a large group of people. I don't know why am I on here talking to you guys about this. I don't really come on here and talk about this like ever, but something wants me to talk about it, so I'm talking about it. If you have the chance to watch this video, then congrats. You just got educated on time traveling and lifestyles and the nature of humanity, I think. So back to what I was saying. Okay. So here's what happens when and if the true nature of all human beings, men and women, is to be attracted to each other, where there it's natural and where there's no such thing as gay or straight or the lifestyles that they created when it comes to the true nature of who and what they are, especially when the true nature of who and what they are is to be attracted to each other without sex involved, meaning all humans are attracted to each other in terms of their physical appearance, their features. And then also what I've come to understand is that humans are attracted to I have to be careful with my words. I don't want to use words that were previously used by people because it'll confuse you. Um, so, have you noticed, or if you haven't noticed, a lot of the women recently have been converting, and vice versa. Men and women have been becoming each other. Much. The women have been becoming men, the men have been becoming women. All right, there's a reason for this. When you deprive humans of the true nature of what they are, especially on a large scale, this um, is going to cause that group of humans to want to explore that more, especially if they feel deep down inside that it's a part of the true nature of who and what they are. Now, not every human goes and converts to a lifestyle when they understand the true nature and who of them and their attraction towards other men or women, right? However, I've learned that this idea of doing this, creating lifestyles based on the fear of the true nature of the human, I feel that if you use this as a roadmap, you could go and discover and see what humans would do, when they would do it, why they would do it, and how they would do it based off of this one. And just you, I don't. It's so powerful and like I don't know how to profound or whatever. I stopped judging gay men, straight men, gay women, straight women. I stopped judging humans altogether. When I truly understood the true nature of humans, I could not sit there and be like, oh, that's a gay man, oh, that's a straight. No, those are lifestyles that you guys created to interpret your understanding of sex when it comes to a man and a woman, and men and women, whatever. When it comes to sex and human sexual activity, this is the lifestyles. These are the lifestyles that you created based off of what you understand, which is wrong. And now it's getting to the point in history and in time where the humans are actually seeing how wrong they were, and they're seeing, for example, for years they created this roadmap and tried to, um, and they believed that feminine or so feminine men meant or whenever you saw a feminine man, that's how you were able to identify another man that had sex with men in society. They were so convinced of it that they became sure of it, so that way when they did see a feminine man, they automatically assumed, yeah, they automatically, their thoughts automatically turn sexual. So I'm like, why would a person's thoughts automatically turn sexual whenever they see a man that resembled and has certain characteristics, and why would they revert to thinking about how that man has sex with another human or interacts sexually with another human, and why is this always, and is this actually what's happening mentally for that person when they do it? I asked myself that several times, especially when it comes to women. It's the same thing. Yes, as a human, your first instinct when you look at a man or a woman, depending on their characteristics and mannerisms, the word that you guys use to describe whatever, when this happens, you immediately start looking at, sorry, I was going to sneeze, their, these characteristics, and you connect them to sexual thoughts. So that now when I got to this point in my research, I'm like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that these humans are all living in confusion and literally on a daily basis, pretty much immediately always thinking about sex whenever they look at another human being? And then God was like, yep. That's why when a woman looks at another man and they immediately focus on who and what that human has sex with, is proof of that. So I'm like, but are they really doing that? God was like, yes, they're doing that. So when another, and it's automatic. So I'm like, are they struggling with this? Like, are they struggling with this? And why are they struggling with it? God said it's because it's the true nature of who and what they are. Men and women are all supposed to be attracted to each other naturally and equally. They were not supposed to create lifestyles around it. This is the reason why I don't believe in gay or straight. How do you believe in gay and straight when you understand that everyone's supposed to be attracted to each other? There's no such thing as gay and straight. It's just your confusion and the fear that you've created over a long period of time because you don't understand that you're supposed to be naturally attracted to the same sex and opposite sex, and then you don't understand your feelings and emotions behind it. You create these lifestyles, and then you become these different versions of who you think it means, and what do you think it means to be a human being. And then as you get older, when you get older, right before you die, you revisit these same feelings and thoughts, or at some point in your life, and then you understand the, and then this is where you start reflecting on the type of human you are in terms of being truthful with yourself and other humans around you, and the lifestyle and choices that you've made, kind of like reflecting on your life to see if you're a good person. And then you start feeling like a crappy person because you feel like you're living a lie. Why? Because when you walk down the street, you have your family and kids and your wife, whether you're a man or a woman, and you see and realize, like, oh crap, I'm attracted to this and that, and you have these thoughts in your mind, and you tell yourself that because you don't say them out loud, no one sees them, and because you don't say them out loud, no one's gonna know who you are. But deep down inside, you know that your thoughts are who and what you are, and you know that these are the thoughts that you've struggled with, and the fact that you know that you're struggling with them, now you have to live with the fact of thinking or being traumatized about you being a bad person because you don't understand how to interpret your feelings when it comes to other humans around you, and the choices that you've made and the lifestyles that you've chosen to live and teach your kids, and just all of that. Now you're just so confused that it's like you're alone, trapped in this mental state of confusion. And that's what I meant when I said that earlier. That's why I said I feel like all humans are living in states of confusion and don't understand it. And it's easy to see the true nature of humans. Um, yeah, when you look at another human that you're attracted to, you're not supposed to go physically attracted to and immediately start thinking about sexual thoughts and wanting to attack them sexually or go into just these whatever. It shouldn't cause you to do that. When you look at a man or a woman, you shouldn't immediately go into thinking like these thoughts. So if you meet a man that has feminine characteristics, and when you look at that and see that, automatically you start connecting that to sex and thinking about that man having sex with another man, then that is a problem. Vice versa. If you see a woman with another woman and automatically you revert to thinking about them having sex, and that's all that you keep doing, and if this mentality happens over a large group of people, billions of people, which it can, then that will help give you the understanding of the true nature of what and who humans are. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't really, like I said, come and talk about stuff like this. I don't really want people to know what I think. Yeah, I don't really care anymore. Once you understand the true nature of humans, there's not one human, there's not billions of humans. It's you just understand all of them. You're not afraid. There's no fear there. It's just an automatic understanding. The fear is getting away from them and getting away from an environment. It's like demons. You start to look at them as demons. These demons that are living in states of confusion, that are aware of what they're doing, and they're aware of their emotions and how they feel about each other, especially in regards to what I was talking about earlier, but have chosen to live lifestyles and to create lifestyles in order to survive amongst each other. Why do you think you keep seeing priests raping kids over time? If you keep seeing priests, people that humans, it's not, oh, it's just these humans. And it's the most ridiculous thing in the world if you sit there and tell yourself that, right? If you keep, if your job is to study humans and to study a pattern, to find a connection, to try to understand the true nature of humans and what they are, then you cannot possibly look at 20 years of priests raping children and tell yourself, oh no, it's just the priest, and that one person just has a problem. How is it that one person just has a problem when if you just found 5,000 people over a course of 2,000 years, it's not just that one person, it's not just those people. It's not just, oh, this is just, no. It's not, oh, they have a mental condition. That's not what it is. And if you do that, you're the one with the mental condition going and lying to yourself about what you see in terms of understanding that what's happening in front of you and then going and telling yourself, gaslighting yourself. I think that's what you guys call it. Lying to yourself, whatever. That's, anyway, it's just really sad. And once I understood this, I've learned to appreciate men and just women more as humans. It has nothing to, I understand and I appreciate humans more because of this understanding. But I feel really bad for them because now when I look at a man that's walking down the street that sees another man, I automatically understand the struggle what he's going through mentally, what's inside of his head, his mind, his thoughts, and then it's like there's stages too, from youth all the way to like death in terms of the human man and woman. There's stages that can be pinpointed that they all do, that you will all do, that can be easily pinpointed, meaning I can go and describe and tell you how you're going to act, when you're going to act like that, why you're going to act like that, and do it flawlessly, to where you be looking at me like, oh shit, how did he know that? I didn't need to go and ask a scientist. All I have to do is look at the true nature of who and what you are as a human to understand this is what you are and this is what you'll do. You'll lie about the things that you're afraid of other humans knowing in terms of the thoughts that are in your mind. Number one, that's the first point. So if I know that, then I'm not going to ask you any questions to try to figure out, ask you any questions at all. You're going to lie to me. When you become afraid and have to answer a question that forces you to understand the true nature of who and what you are, and you feel that your survival is at risk in terms of you being a good or a bad human, you're going to become afraid. You're going to automatically lie about it. I'm not going to listen to you. And if I know this, then there's no point of talking to anyone. If you truly know the true nature of human beings, you're not going to go and ask questions. And if you can describe that you understand the true nature of who and what they are, to where they understand that you don't need to go and ask these questions, and it's like calculated logic. It's like having the key to life. It's like you can walk into any room, see any man, see any woman, know exactly what that woman is thinking about that man, know exactly why that woman is thinking those thoughts about that man, know exactly when, just all of that. If you understand the true nature, once again, and you study human women and men over a long period of time, centuries, it can't just be 10 years, 15 years, that doesn't count. You can't go and determine the true nature of an animal by just looking at 10 years. You need to go 15, 20, 30, 40, and see if they keep doing the same thing over and over again. Then you need to come up with the mental calculation in terms of why you think they're doing these things. And then those thoughts you need to prove and find and find patterns in order to prove those thoughts in terms of the nature. And when you can put those patterns together, then you can generate the true nature of who and what that animal is, or thing, or person, or human, or whatever you want to call it. So there you go. That's how you can do that. And you'd have to look at the things that they hide. You have to look at so many things. I think I mentioned this earlier. Look at the things. Fear is the first way to do this. Once you focus on what something is naturally afraid of, it'll make it really easy for you to research the true nature of who and what that human is, or whatever, or animal. Not that you guys are animals. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. I'm actually relieved to record this. You know, like, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like humans roam in groups when it comes to surviving and lifestyles and create and just their mentality, that they'd easily miss someone extremely intelligent, especially if this were true and could be proven. And that means, if that were true, then yes, they would miss these things. Yes, they would miss the opportunity to I don't know. It makes a lot of sense. I feel like I'm living, like I said, in the wrong reality, and I gotta time loop jump or whatever to where I'm supposed to be. And I'm working on that right now. It requires actions. So I'll tell you how the time loop thing requires action. Everything that you do, every choice that you make, is a reflection of a timeline. Like me sitting here on this couch right now, me talking to you. In another timeline, I could be sitting on a couch, be getting interviewed right now. Let's say in all timelines, we're all doing the same thing almost at the same exact time, but different. Let's say me talking to you, you know, let's say talking, you know, and the other versions of myself, they're doing talking as well. Just roll with me. All right, so if you know this, if you wanted to, let's say, spiritually jump to those timelines, not take over the other version of yourself, but it's like a void. It's like I don't know, it's an energy. It's an energetic timeline. It's not a physical you, it's an energetic version of you that exists. It's like your soul. It's like a registered signature, right? It's like a registered signature, an energy signature. And we all have them. And let's say this registered energy signature, it it operates in a energetic form, um, besides your physical form. um, and let's say, like, it's like switching a channel, but you're just stuck on one channel. However, the other channels are there. You know that they're there. You don't have to go and see that the channels are there. You don't have to go, but you know that it's going to be similar. You know, if you're on just whatever, you know that they're there. So just look at this reality, your energy, your mind, your body, and your soul as a channel, right? That you can turn and change to something different, which would change your reality. You can change yourself from poor to being a billionaire or whatever. And let's say that in order to change the channel, you have to make a choice. You have to make choices, and that's not just one choice. It could be just one choice, or it could be choices together, whatever. But these choices, in a significant way, certain choices, change the direction of your life significantly, aka the timeline again. Like if I play the lottery and I won, and that's a timeline jump. Now, let me tell you how this works. It's because I made the choice to get up and play the lottery. It's not that I won. It's because I made the choice in my mind to get up and change, to go and influence the timeline. And that was my intention. My intention was to influence the timeline and to change my whatever. And so, like I said, it's not about winning the lottery. It's about having the thought in your mind to actually go and play the lottery, to win the lottery, to change the timeline. That's what I'm trying to say. So you have to find the choices that you need to make in order to change the timeline, which is what's happening with me right now. And that, yes, you can feel whatever, the timelines of the different versions of yourself in terms of this energy. But in order to change it, you have to make a physical choice that would change the course and direction of you and the life that you're living, to timeline jump. So, yeah. Thank you for listening to that. Hope that helps someone out there understand life a little bit better than they did before. So, and right now, for example, I'm writing a lot of music to timeline jump, right? This is what I meant. To give you an actual example, a real example, let's say I wasn't writing music. While I'm writing my music, my intentions in the background, yes, are to be performing in front of a lot of people. You know, even while I write my music, I imagine my lifestyle in the future while I'm writing each song. Sometimes, I actually know all the time, And even when I'm singing, whatever, it's just this is now changing my feelings. Now my feelings, it's my physical body is feeling as if it's already there. And that's why I'm feeling complacent, meaning I feel like I'm already performing. I feel like I'm doing these things already, and writing more music makes those feelings stronger to where I start to feel like it's a pain. Once you start to feel that pain, that means that you've gotten to the point where you're actually using your manifestation energy, because you wouldn't feel pain at all in terms of the desire for those intentions to be real if you weren't there. So if you feel that way, then know that at that moment in time when you feel this pain feeling, start thinking again about the future, and not just start thinking about it, but create every scenario you can. You picking up a phone and saying, yep, I'll be there in 5 minutes, going to whatever concert you're going to perform at, signing a check. You start imagining and seeing yourself do these things as if they already existed and happened. With those same feelings happening at the same exact time, it starts an energetic time loop that moves you from one timeline to a different timeline. Yeah. And it's energy. It's not just, like I said, it's energy. You're not just, it's not magic at all. It's real science. It's real energy. It's real. Like, I do not explain that at all. So that's just one thing I'm doing. I'm writing a lot of music to timeline jump. What else am I doing? Um, yeah, that's all I'm going to tell you is I'm writing a lot of music right now so I can timeline jump to where I'm supposed to be. And I always knew that I'd be able to do that. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but for those who know in the spiritual world, you know, it's like a fail safe. You've been given a fail safe. Some people, okay, now we're going to have to talk about God in order to explain that. And I don't want to talk about God right now, but just know that, anyway, I don't want to talk about that. Thank you so much for listening. I gotta go. And whoever's out there in time and space watching this, whenever you're watching it, whether it be 10 years from now, 20 years from now, if it's 50 years from now, I'm probably like not here anymore. And YouTube is probably still up and running and in business. And these videos are probably archived. And I'm extremely famous at this time. So if you are watching this in the future after I'm dead, 80 years from now, and this video is still on YouTube, thank you so much. I'm really happy that you guys watched and heard everything I said, and I'm happy that by this time in the future you understand everything I said to be true. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Ciao. What? You can see my... Are you speaking English? What are you talking about? Weird people. How do I go to your profile? I swear. I wish YouTube made it easier. Go follow me, Mahesh or whatever. Go follow me. Anyway, I gotta go. Because now people are starting to be weird. I told you. This is an example of what I was talking about earlier. I got a timeline jump like quick. All right, bye.